Today is a very stormy day. It happens to be the arrival of Hurricane Sandy, and it coincidentally is a full moon. So today I decided it would be a very good time to fully cleanse, or retune I like to say, my crystal collection, and cleanse my room, cleanse my house, cuddle up and drink tea and make fresh soup. So this video is intended to just document my process that I currently am going by. I am by no means a professional. I'm just starting out on the beginnings of my spiritual path in means of utilizing the knowledge and seeing those manifestations in my day-to-day life. So I don't think I can flip the camera again, so I'm going to have to do it this way. So I did a nice tarot reading, and I checked for the validity of it, and my favorite tool to do that is my intuition, but then I also used my little pendulum right there over in the corner. Gave me a strong sign that it was indeed correct for today. At the top, well, actually the center, I used the Earth Magic deck, and then around in the circle formation are Osho's Zen Tarot deck cards. I usually only use one of the Earth Magic cards in the center, and I kind of made up this 7, well it is 8 now, but 7 card reading, just again based on my intuition. I just felt very called to use this formation. It works very well for me, and best explanation as to why I use the center card, the Earth Magic deck, which I just recently got, and I love it. Very powerful deck. So the center being one of the main themes. You know, it's like a central theme. I'm relating it to nature. I'm relating it to myself and my relation to Mother Nature. And I use it as the central theme. So then I take the other 6 cards from the Osho deck, and I obviously keep the 2 decks separate. They're not the same size. It's a bit easier to shuffle the Osho deck than the Earth Magic deck, so I didn't feel called to put them together, but it's totally fine if you feel called to. So I pull those, and as you can see here, the top is intensity. Well, you can't see because there's this really weird light, but okay, there's intensity. And then to the right of that is the black card, which is nothingness, followed by breakthrough. Oh wait, sorry, understanding, and then breakthrough at the bottom. And then after that follows celebration, and then aloneness. In the center you see Milky Way, which is perspective, and then lightning, which is power. Now, when I first pulled Milky Way, it was because it fell on the floor. And usually I'll take that as a sign that if it was 1 card, maybe even 2 or 3, that I'm supposed to be looking at those cards, because I don't typically ever drop anything on the floor. So, you know, I took that card and I just kind of gazed into it for a second, and I did feel very connected to that and understood why it had come to me. But I felt called to pull 1 more, and lightning power came up, which I find to be very fitting with the storm here. So I think that those 2 are very intertwined. And you know, on a personal level they're intertwined, and in the reflections of what's going outside, it's making sense to me as well. There you can see the trees bustling, the wind's picking up real crazy. I got a towel there just in case any rain comes in. So what else I'm seeing here is this triangle here with aloneness, nothingness, and breakthrough. And the three of them are all major arcana cards, which are easily pointed out by the Roman numerics at the bottoms of the cards, which you can't see too well. I mean, there's one right there. And then something like this over here indicates a minor arcana card. Major arcana cards meaning the main themes, and minor arcana the opposite. So I see that there, and to me, there's a lot coming from it. Whether I want to really go into the depth of what I picked up from this reading, since it's a larger reading, it's not just one card, I'll probably save the time and keep this short and brief, and move on to the crystals. So what's going to happen is I have my abalone shell here, and I'm going to, and my sweet little magic lamp, which I use to set intentions with. I kind of made up this nice idea of like rubbing it a couple times and setting my intentions that way, and then I close it up. And I usually let it sit right around my grid on the outskirts of it, but today there's going to be no grid because I need to cleanse all these, retune all my crystals. Strangely enough, last night my cat, for the first time ever, knocked over my entire altar. And instead of getting mad at him, I instinctually obviously got a little upset, but then realized that it was a huge sign that had happened. There was this huge storm coming, and the grid that I had up was based on the root chakra area, and to me this aligns with the fact that there's a lot of uprooting from the Earth Star, and nature's just tugging away and pushing and pulling, and obviously showing us signs. So to me that was a loud and rude awakening. If the storm wasn't enough. So, not only was it the full moon, but I was going to do this retuning regardless because all of my pieces fell, and I don't believe that that crystals can fall out of their dominant oscillatory rate too easily, but if they're going to fall and hit the floor pretty hard, it's a nice insurance to be able to help them retune, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some candles, which I do have around, but I don't want to leave them up unattended. So right now I'm leaving my incense blowing right over there, and I have my stock of sage, my pure sage that I had got. I love this. Love it, love it. And I'm going to place some sage into my abalone shell and waft it with this feather that comes from a beautiful, very ornate headdress that one of my best girlfriends made me. I love it. It has a bunch of awesome adornments, but I'm going to just use the feather from it to waft the sage everywhere so I can smudge that way. I currently do not have a real feather that because you can use a fake one if you feel called to. I am on the search for my real feather, and I do not want to pick up a pigeon feather from the streets of New York. So I will await the day that the right feather comes my way. Till then, I feel very connected to this feather on this headdress, and I do feel that is fine to waft it around with. And that way I can cleanse the space and clear the energy out and really focus in on what's the word that I'm, just new intentions for the coming days after this catastrophic situation that has arisen. Excuse me. So here's my collection that I have so far, and it's quite awesome. And I think I'm going to put them in Kevin's drum right there. That is an awesome little drum he's got, and it is natural wood, and I'd rather put them on something natural. Right now they're sitting on this beautiful fabric, also pretty natural. It's totally fine, but I don't want them to blow away by any means, so they're going to go in that box. That's all I got right now. I don't have any wooden bowls or anything, so that'll work. Whatever you got, you know? I am also probably going to do lots of meditations today. I'm going to be picking up my book that I haven't read in a little while, Planetary Healing, highly recommended literature. I'm going to do some writing, so you see my journal back there, and I'm going to hang out. That is about it. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to add to, just anything, comment below. If you have any questions about where I've learned most of this from, you know, shoot them right away. Sorry, my door's slamming because it does not have a lock, and the wind is really, really rough. So it keeps opening and closing, and my poor dog ran in here and didn't want to leave. There's my little guy. He's hanging out. He's like, I'm so scared. So, one more note. I want to promote my awesome teacher, professor, mentor, Hibiscus Moon. I'm one of her students in her Crystal Academy, and I am almost completed with my certification for being a crystal healer, but I'm just taking slow strides with that because I feel to achieve this. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. That's my mother-in-law. We just made lentil soup together, and she's telling me that it's not ready, but there's chicken, even though I don't eat chicken. I'm a vegetarian. She's just putting the offer on the table. Anyhow, yes, my teacher. Outstanding. I've learned so much from her, and I've been never more assured in my life of this path that I've chosen to follow, and I think it's very amazing to be able to find somebody that shares a lot of the same interests, and it's not just one person, it becomes a whole entire tribe of people that you can turn to, and I think that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, check her out, Hibiscus Moon. She's on YouTube herself. It's Fanny, like Stephanie, but Fanny 12, I believe. That's her name. Or you could look up Hibiscus Moon. Anyhow, that is all. Sorry if this is lengthy, but I'm not so sorry if you enjoyed. And many blessings of light and love and lots of health to everybody. Stay safe. Ciao.